Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second part of the Hot and Bothered Effects Answer Ray's Email podcast. We're still here with Pat, John, Luke, and Lauren.
Yeah.
And we have another batch of emails on tap for you. Our next one comes from former Don't Tell Anna member and former Ray O'Brien roommate, Tim Short.
Yeah, Tim!
And Tim Short asks, if storks really brought children to their parents, would hunters be hired as abortificants? What regulatory process would ensure that hunter abortificants properly targeted unwanted children?
All right, first, I want to take issue with the language here, because abortificant refers to like the physical agent of abortion. So I think in this case, the bullet would be the abortificant, and the hunter would be the abortionist. But failing that, I just want to establish that. But I'll accept your wording, and
I need to be
what the fuck?
clear on something first. Is the hunter shooting the stork, or is he shooting the baby out from underneath the stork?
No! You only have so many. You have one stork. He's shooting the baby.
Yeah.
Man. He's
See,
gotta
if
be.
he's shooting the stork, then it's not really abortion.
Well, it
it's more
depends
like
on
closing
the
birth
altitude, you know. Because if the stork's flying high enough, it's still abortion. So,
Let's be clear about something. First of all, I'm of the impression that he is shooting a stork. And there is not just one stork that brings babies. If you've ever seen Dumbo, they got
Yeah, what the fuck?
tons of storks flying around there.
I think it's just a matter of making that baby fall from the air.
yeah, like
and,
I would
like-
also have to. It's not just Dumbo. It's if you ever saw Up in theaters, they had the little Pixar short opening where like the clouds birth the babies and then the storks carry the baby.
Yeah,
So
that was
multiple
weird.
storks.
Well, I guess then if you're looking at if the hunters are killing the storks, it's more like Plan B than like abortion.
Well, abortion is like Plan B too.
I
you know.
guess.
That's Plan C.
So
I'm not comfortable with us shooting babies. I am comfortable with us shooting storks that bring babies.
I would like to
What?
argue that that's actually more unethical,
The
because then
storks
the
didn't
baby
do
spends a
anything.
significant amount of time in terror plunging to its death,
No,
rather
no, no.
than just ending it.
Whoa. The trick is not to shoot the stork while it's carrying a baby. The trick is to shoot storks. I think that we need to differentiate. We need to register certain storks towards certain people who don't want babies and take out those storks.
So then the babies die of abandonment.
Well,
That's much better, much more humane.
yeah, like wherever the storks get the babies, they're just waiting. So there's like some sort of weird like mythical stork nest where like in 30 years it's going to be populated by adults that were never delivered to their
I
parents.
don't know if we understand enough about how like the stork.
I don't think we
work.
do
There's
either.
There's,
Really have this
an
discussion.
island of feral people that were abandoned by the storks because we killed all the storks. You're calling for stork genocide. That's another thing.
Yeah.
No, we should really
Mass
focus on
extinction.
human genocide.
What are the ecological impacts of getting rid of all the storks?
Speaking of
Lots
human
of fish.
genocide,
Are storks endangered?
I don't know, but in this plan, like in Tim Short's mind, I think they should
They
be.
they would be.
No, that's because you don't shoot the stork. That's
I think so.
unnecessary. There's
Well,
no way
what's
of
the
making
wording of the
just
question?
murder.
Yeah.
The wording of the question includes...
it's not murder. They're murdering because if that baby's going to be aborted anyway, then they're doing the murdering, and the hunter is just doing his job. He's got to put food on the food. It's all about putting
So
food
then
on the
he's
table.
kind of like the doctor.
Is he going to eat the stork?
No, he or she.
You could at least let
Hunter's
the
going to
Indian
shoot the
eat the
baby.
So then, the next logical question: are we going to have like crazy Christians bombing like game reserves to try to like take out the hunters? You know?
My question is, it says, the stork's size, serial monogamy, and faithfulness to an established nesting site contribute to their prominence in mythology and culture. Which means, if they're that monogamous, you gotta figure it's one stork per, like, family that would be expecting a baby. So I say we just leave it up to the family to take care of their own stork. I mean, make sure that it knows not to bring a baby when you don't want
Yeah,
it to.
but I guess the hunters would be
Flip
like a
its wings.
natural like source of like what modern family has time to like hunt down their own stork?
I mean,
You know?
we at least we had birds and we just clipped their wings.
Yeah.
It's the responsible thing to do.
That's a nice abortion.
I still would like the baby's still out there, simply that it wasn't delivered. It's kind of like a package. Just because you put it in the mail, if your grandma didn't get it doesn't mean the package didn't exist.
Yeah, but if your grandma, that's not funny.
It's like tree fall in the woods, right?
Yeah.
It still falls.
Yeah,
Not
makes
necessarily. If you don't
noises
hear
when
it,
you-
there's no evidence.
Tree falls in a
I'm
forest.
pretty
it
sure I could
falls.
find some rotten log in the cracked branch that would. Yeah.
I really just think that whoever's dispensing, not disposing, we're disposing, whoever dispenses these babies or whatever it is, we just come up with a barcode system to identify which are wanted and unwanted babies. We scan them. The storks might scan them like a UPS delivery guy, say, and the unwanted ones are taken care of by hunters in that regard.
You're bringing too much bureaucracy into it. That'll never work.
No, but Pat has clearly pointed out a shortcoming in our mythical concept of stork baby delivery.
What, and we're okay with, creation in 7 days?
I'm not okay with that either. I'm simply saying that... We'll get to that later.
Speaking of other mythology.
Yes, other myths. Yeah, no, I'm just saying that, we have sex, and then the baby winds up with a stork that is somehow our baby. Point A to point B is still...
If we barcode them, skip the hunter, just have them drop them off at the orphanage.
How about this? Wear a fucking condom. How about that? Can we agree?
I didn't even think about that. Does having sex call the stork? Is that the mating call?
It's a bat signal! Come to my house!
Do you guys not scream that?
Storks have some sort of semen sensing olfactory gland that Yep, he's coming. Time to fly.
Yeah, but
because if we know that having sex brings the stork, then we can better regulate this.
Wait, no, bringing the stork.
You hire prostitutes and then the hunters just wait outside.
Wait, are you saying though that? So the people have sex, the stork comes, gets the fertilized egg out of the woman, then goes and incubates it as out
I'm gonna sex you up, lady. Let me get that egg.
Yeah.
What do you think this beak was made for? He has a deep voice.
Well,
of course.
There was a Family Guy or something. It's the story, honey, you and I are gonna make the baby. He screws in a red light bulb. I've seen that before.
Yeah, I wish we understood more about the stork myth.
I feel like we don't understand enough to really continue much
To be
more.
Sorry.
Further research is
we may get
needed.
into
Sorry,
ethical
Tim.
dilemmas.
I apologize, Tim, that we couldn't solve your dilemma here.
Tim, I've got your answer. Just call me.
But we will move on to the next question.
We should use barcode and everything.